Hello, can you all see the slide now?
No,
Prajakta?
ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
fine, I'll do that. हे काय झालं आता? Now, can you see the slide?
Ma'am, Google.
अरे एक minute, please allow me to do this. I started that Google because I wanted to show that video to you people. So,
दिसतंय.
आता दिसते का तुम्हाला स्क्रीन हे?
Yes, ma'am.
म्हणजे PPT दिसतीये ना?
Yes, ma'am. During the interview.
Okay, yes. Yes. So where we were, begin with a smile. Okay, make yourself comfortable. We wanted to say that if they do not ask you to sit, just remind them that may I sit, so that they will allow you to sit. Okay. And then, as I said, begin with a smile on face. It is important because that shows you are comfortable. And we in the last class we discussed many what we can say body language things, and so you have to follow all the rules of body language. You have to sit straight, you have to maintain the eye contact, you need not have to play with your hands, neither with your what we can say hair, or maybe dupatta, whatever. So it happened because it shows you are not composed. So you have to be very comfortable and maintain eye contact with the person whom you are talking. Then, as I said, listen patiently. Now, why have I included this specific point in spite of there are so many points of body language? Because it is an interview is a place where we all plan we because maybe I'm sure maybe 10 days you are preparing for that interview, and there are so many things that you have tried to remember. So when the person starts asking you a question, you start without understanding what has been asked, you start telling what you have learned in that subject or in that. So it is better first to understand what is the question that has been asked and how you can answer it. Perhaps you may answer more than better that of your expectations, but for that you should understand what exactly is asked and what you have to answer. Next. Now here, what you say in response to question is essential. Now, I give you like a couple of examples earlier also, but this way I will give you a few more examples here. Now, what you say in response to questions is essential. For example, they may ask you, okay, tell us something about yourself. So if you are a good, or if you're a smart person and you know that these are the things that I'm very good at, and the person should ask me only those things because I have done everything from that point of view. So let's see, let me give you an example. Can you give me any terms in accounting, any terms that are used in accounts or any subject like costing, accounting, etc.? Because you are commerce students, I'm asking you this. Give me any term which is used in commerce accounts.
Which term?
Like which terms, in the sense you any words in the accounting that is like
Depreciation.
yeah, depreciation, and what else? You know that I remember.
Overhead.
Huh?
Overheads.
Overheads, then
Administrative expenses.
huh. So if you say like administrative expenses, and you know the term administrative expenses very clearly, and you know how to do the posting of all those expenses. Okay, so if the person asks you, okay, tell us something about the key areas or your areas of interest that you think you can do well. So you have a good understanding of accounts, and yes, so you can say that yes, as far as accounting is considered, I can do good, means appropriate posting of all the entries, and I also know little more about administrative, what is that, administrative at
Expenses.
expenses, and I have a good understanding of administrative expenses. So the moment you will say, I have a good understanding of administrative expenses, your next question will be, okay, can you give us few examples of administrative expenses? And you know the answer. So he is asking you or she is asking you the same question that you have prepared for. So you have to answer very smartly so that your next question comes from the first answer. Okay, so now can you tell me one example of administrative expenses? What are the administrative expenses? Tell me. I don't know. Like, for example, you spend something on some kind of administration. Do you mean to say that? Okay. Anyway, I hope you understood what I tried to say. Let's take another simple example that if you are say that, yes, I'm a very good organizer. Now, when you say you wanted to showcase this, that I'm a good organizer. So you can tell the experience that yes, I could organize this event with a very short with a very short notice because I have these many skills. And how did you do that? You can narrate the experience. Then what's your word choice? That is also important. The words that you select makes difference to your uh, personality. So the word choice that you make now, for example, when you say that yes, what is that, when you wanted to write something, yes, I'm a good writer, but instead of that, instead of saying I'm a good writer, if you say I can just put my ideas on the, I can scribble those ideas. So scribbling is insincere effort, whereas writing is sincere effort. So your, whereas both the things means the same. So scribbling, you are doing something unimportant on the paper, but when you say write, I'm good at, let us be more formal, that scribbling is writing something which is not of more great importance. Writing, yes, with some sincere efforts. But if you say I'm a good drafting, I can do good drafting of the letters or of the reports. So drafting will make them realize, yes, you have a good understanding of the formal way of expression. So what make your words very selectively when you are presenting yourself in the interview panel. Then next is, telling simply about your qualities will not be effective. If possible, you can narrate an experience which shows your talent and skill. Okay, now if you say that, what are your, if someone asks you what are your qualities, what do you think that you are good at, and then you say yes, I am a good team leader. Now, but yes, you are a good team leader, but you have to tell them how I am a good team leader, because then you can say that in our college this was a particular activity and this activity was assigned to group leaders, and in every group there were 10 students were given as a team, and I as a team leader had communicated with all of them effectively, have guided them effectively, and have got the results what we have planned. So you can narrate that incident, what was the task given to, you know, all that, you people all must be watching that, Kai the Splits Villa and many other programs where the team leader is supposed to take the whole team together. So here you can also talk about various tasks that you have been given. You have been then you can also say that I have been a volunteer for these many programs, and I out of these volunteering program I learned many things, that how to take care of all the managing or planning and execution. So I learned a lot. So telling in only that I'm a good team leader or I'm a good team member will not be sufficient. What you have to do is that you have to tell it through your experience, because that experience will tell the person, yes, he has got some knowledge of human behavior and human nature. Okay, next. Be specific when you give an example. Now here, yeah. Now, sometimes we get along with so emotions that we don't remember or we hardly pay attention to our emotions, and we go on telling the things irrespective of the its relevance to that occasion. So whatever you have to tell, you have to tell it in a specific yet appropriate words. So don't just, and actually I wanted to add the word here, don't just brab or brabbing, or what we can say, boasting. Means people will say, yes, I did that, yes, I have done that. So if you go on boasting yourself, I have done that and I could do that, and so that shows you are very much in love with yourself, and usually people will not like people who are self-centered. So avoid that bragging and boasting yourself. Yes, that doesn't mean that you cannot show your talent. There's a way in which you can highlight your talent with a very modest tone, etc. Now, avoid vague answers. Vague answers means what? Here, irrelevant. You need not have, suppose if you have been asked, okay, tell us what is uh, any term like a word, depreciation. Now, as a student of commerce or an account student, he or she is expected to know what is the depreciation value, what is the term depreciation means. But in case of, and sometimes if you do not know that word depreciation and you try to say, oh, depreciation means what? Oh, that, oh, this means that, etc. So you are trying to tell something which you really do not know, and which is not the right answer also. So in that case you should tell honestly, yes, actually as a student of commerce I should know what the term means, but unfortunately I have not studied that term. But yes, I will look into the meaning of that word definitely after this interview. Or if you have any knowledge of this, yes, it will be an addition to my knowledge. So instead of saying false things, or instead of saying into unknowing things and creating your bad impression in the interview panel, it is advisable not to speak and just be honest that yes, I should be knowing that, but unfortunately I'm not knowing that term. Okay, so be honest to yourself rather than um, building castles in the air. Then I hope you understood this. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now next, just a minute. You can read the slide. Somebody should read the Shruti Karche. Will you read the slide meanwhile?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Put your strengths on display. Example, planning and execution. Usually I work on my projects with a systematic method, so there are less chances of confusion or failure. Strategic planning. Show creativity. Necessity is the mother of invention. Describe a problem and how overcome the problem by applying your out of the box thinking. Art of learning.
Very good. Now, here, if you see that, put your strengths on display. Means display means you have to highlight that how you are different from other teams, okay, or other person. Now it, and this you can tell that yes, when I was given the responsibility of a presentation or of a group work or a team work, then what was that? So let us take an example, group discussion. So when we were given a group of 10 people together, so as a team leader, I did not only told all the people that, okay, start you preparing on the topic, and then we will present it in front of the group class. So, but I did not do that. Means as a leader, I did not do that. What I did, I made all the people, all the group members sit together. Then we decided the points that we all are going to say, and then I gave each point to each member with their comfort zone. Means if they are comfortable with that point, then everybody selected their points according to their choice, and then I have given them sufficient time to prepare for that presentation. And once again we sat together, we have rehearsed the presentation, and then we realized what is where we are going wrong and where we are going smoothly. And after understanding both the ways, we decided to make a proper formal presentation. So in this method, what happened, we avoided the mistakes, we avoided the unnecessarily stuff. Then we also managed to make some audio visual aids in our presentation, because that will add more meaning to our presentation. So it was a proper systematic planning, and because of the systematic planning and execution, our team could win the first prize of presentation in the competition. So I think I am a good planner, and because of planning and execution, I think that I am a good leader. So in this example, what happened? That you have showed that you are good as a communicator in the group, you are ready to lead the team, and you are ready to even give the credit to every person who has contributed to the success of that presentation. So all these qualities of a team leader are already, means the interviewer can see all your qualities as a good leader. So this is expected from you, that planning and execution in a systematic way. I hope you understood this example. Secondly, show creativity. Creativity here, it means out of the box thinking. Means nobody can think differently. Nobody can think like you. It is you only who can think in that way. So that should be the attitude. And I think your business, this is a really very interesting, or rather much needed talent, much needed quality of an entrepreneur. Now, actually, here I was, if possible, here I was trying to show you that if it is there, I tried to include that picture here in your PPT yesterday, but somehow my laptop is growing old and it is not accepting new things so easily, because it needs to be updated every time. So actually I wanted to include that picture here so that you can understand what is out of box thinking. Here on WhatsApp, maybe you must have seen that post somewhere. Nowadays, everybody means suffered a lot of loss in the business. But again, slowly the businesses are coming online. And usually we all know what sort of shops are there: clothes, medicines, food items, eatables, these gadgets, etc. So all sorts of shops are nowadays running. But there was a person, there must be somebody who thought of differently. And the person actually, it is really very useful. I should, if I have got that post here. But there was a person who could think of the shop. And what sort of shop he opened? Can anybody tell me? Yes. It was a very different kind of a shop. And then he opened a shop, and where it was opened at an airport. And on that airport, the shop name was, means I was very surprised to see that, and very impressed with the out of box thinking. And the shop it is COVID-19 accessories. The shop name was COVID-19 accessories. Now you have to think very differently. See, you are selling, everybody is selling the medicines, but this man is selling the masks, variety of masks. Yes, they are all available. But how did he name his shop? COVID-19 variety accessories. So the masks, the PP kit, the sanitizers, it was all full of all accessories which are exclusively useful for prevention of yourself from that COVID-19. So it was nothing but an out of box thinking. And I think you need to have such out of box thinking if you want to survive in the market. Okay. So let us see that means, and below there was a very interesting line that these are the capitalist people, and they will throw you, these are the capitalist people, means those who believe in money as the only power. So those who, and there was a line that if these are the capitalist people, and they will provide you even the rope also if you plan to commit suicide. So this is the way in which they are finding business everywhere. So that requires an out of box thinking. Then art of listening. This is actually, yes, as I earlier discussed, that you should listen not only the words but the tone of that sentence also, because the tone also suggests you something. So it is really very important to know what the person is trying to tell you through that question. I hope you are understanding this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. Now this is something that the usual question that will be asked now. This is something that you should all prepared for. Okay. So I want you all to take the screenshot of this thing, and anyone can answer about this. Tell me about yourself and what is your greatest weakness. So what I want you, okay, I hope you all have taken the screenshot. Now I want all of you to answer this question about yourself, and you will write it in your own way, and that you will submit on Google Classroom. Okay, so you have to write your all these. How many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 questions are there which I want you to write on your, and along with that, see, do not submit it immediately. I will ask you when to submit that question, but be ready with the answers with this. And now let us see if, because that video is also 12 minutes, so we will see the video which will help you in answering all these questions. Okay, so let us try. If this is the link of this video, and let me try. If the video plays, then we'll go ahead. If it doesn't play, we'll start something else also. Let us pray that it starts here. How to share? Yeah, new share. Oh my God, gaya kyun? Google, I wanted to share here. Can you all see the Google this thing screen here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. So you all watch this video if it plays here very carefully, and please tell me if video is started and you can watch that. Just chat box also you can say yes, it is started, and we can see that.
I have this question for you. What do you mean by learning public speaking skills?
Ma'am, started. It is started, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Listen to this very carefully.
Hello, my name is Niharika. So when you apply for a job
Ma'am, zoom it.
and call for an interview, there are various questions that are asked. And the better prepared you are, the more successful your interview would be. Now, you might have come across various videos online that talk about the most common interview questions and answers. Now, this video would be a little different because it's not just about the questions and answers we're going to talk, your strengths. Now here, the interviewer is looking at how positive you think about yourself. It's quite a general question, so there's no right or wrong answer to it. But if you give out one-liners such as, oh, I'm a very friendly person, I love being with people and people love being with me, that just doesn't sound great for an interview, isn't it? So what you can say is, my strongest trait is attention to detail. I totally believe in planning and execution.
Let's talk about Grammarly, the digital writing assistant more than 20 million people use to connect their ideas.
In fact, even when I was in college, I used to really organize my week. And many people, because of my very outgoing nature, many people have said that I am quite approachable. So I believe these are my strengths. Question that is asked is, so what are your weaknesses? Here, for this question, you need not be really negative about yourself. I have heard people saying, oh, I'm a very impatient person, or people also say that I get angry easy. Well, that's not the right answer. Maybe that is your weakness, but you need not bring it out. Well, the best answer to this, because what the interviewer is looking at, is whether you can identify your weakness and how you can cover it up, right? So one of the examples that you can use to answer this question is, well, I think my weakness is that I am way too detail oriented. I try to accomplish everything and I just want everything to be perfect, but then I realize that I'm losing out on time. So maybe that makes me submitting these projects pretty late. So I think that is one of the weaknesses. So here, basically, what you're doing is you are displaying that maybe you run out of time, but you're also giving a very positive aspect to it that you are a perfectionist, right? And that's exactly what we saw as a strength in the previous question too. So I think this is one of the best ways that you can answer to this question. That is asked is, when do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Or the interviewer might also ask, what are your long-term or your short-term goals? Now here I've seen people really struggle to answer this question. Well, maybe because you yourself have no idea where you would like to be, right? So usually people end up saying, oh, I would like to be the CEO of this company, or I would like to own an airline. That doesn't sound right. So what a good answer to this question would be, because here the interviewer is looking at how committed you are going to be to this company, right? A very clear path with commitment, because you know what's the attrition rate these days. So he wants to know how long would you stick to the company. So one of the best answers that you can give would be, well, 5 years from now, I think I would like to be in a management position. Till then, I would like to gain practical experience and then eventually become a manager. Of course, I would like to share and also learn a lot of new things from my team members. The next most popular question that is asked is, so tell me something about our company, or what do you know about our company? Now here, the interviewer, of course, has knowledge about
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
his own company, right, that he's working for. But what he is looking at is whether you are serious about this job or not, whether you have just come for one of those random interviews. So many people are usually let down because of the lack of research about the company. So what you need to do is research. Go online, learn about the positive attributes about the company, learn about their products, their history, and etc. So one of the best ways that you can answer to this question is, Oh, well, your company is very well known for the customer service, and you also won an award for the best service provider in the country. And of course, you also have a great clientele. So that's one of the best ways that you can answer to this question. That is asked is, how well do you handle a change? Well, the philosophy behind this question is to know, would you be able to cope up with a change? Because usually companies definitely come up with different strategies. Employees come and go. So would you be able to handle that? People usually end up saying, oh, of course, I am great at handling a change. But trust me, the interviewer would not be impressed with this answer. How you can answer to this question with an example would be, well, of course I can handle a change because in my previous company, one of our bosses, one of our immediate bosses had to quit. And there was this new boss who came in and he had completely changed a strategy of a project. So of course I'm very flexible and hardworking too. So we managed it with our team efforts and definitely the results were pretty good. So this is the way that you could answer to this question. The next question that is asked is, well, do you work under pressure? Now the reason behind this question is the employer or the interviewer wants to know that do you get really stressed out? Do you get really panicked under pressure? Because these days, companies of course expect you to take more and more responsibility and of course a greater workload. So the best way to answer this question is, well, definitely working under pressure or without pressure works just the same for me. In fact, in one of the companies that I was working, well, there was a project that was given to us which had to be completed in 4 days, which usually takes 10 days. And the whole team was like so stressed out, they panicked, and they just didn't know what to do. But then I ensured that they settled down.
क्या आप एक अच्छी जॉब पाने का सपना देख रहे हैं लेकिन आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि कहां से शुरू करना है? खुशकिस्मती से
we prioritized our work and in fact in a very organized manner we completed the project. Of course we also worked late nights, but that definitely helped to submit our project in 4 days. So I think working under pressure is not too bad for me. So this is one of the best ways that you can answer to this question. The last question that is asked is, how do you handle important decisions? Now, the reason behind this question is usually if someone or the interviewer is hiring the person or hiring you for a management position or for a lead position. So he wants to know that someday when you have to handle a very important, a very critical decision, how would you do that? So many people end up saying, oh, you know what? I really haven't come across or I really haven't dealt with such difficult situations. That's not the right answer, you would say. Well, one of the best answers that I can help you with is you can say, well, handling decisions is definitely considered to be a little difficult, but I'm sure I can do it because my experience, I would rely on my experience. I would also weigh on the pros and cons. Of course, I would also take some advice from my team members, and I'm sure that would help me to come on a decision. We will also look at the consequences of the decision. So definitely, I can go ahead and make decisions. So that brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope all of these questions and answers are helpful for your interview. And if you are going for an interview, wish you all the very best. Do well, and I will see you soon in the next lesson. Take care. Thank you.
Okay. Or how to stop that? I don't know. Oh my God. 1 minute. Anyway, I said, okay.
What do you mean by public speaking?
Array, where is that?
Words, by the way, public speaking. Let's understand what.
Ma'am, get out from YouTube.
Yeah, I'll just, yeah. Is it now stopped? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hope you understood the video.
Little bit, ma'am.
Oh my.
बहुत कम मैम.
Yeah? What was the answer? I didn't get that. Okay, anyway, with that video, I tried to show how to answer the questions